Welcome to TrendSpider Live. My name is Mike, and today we are joined with Jermaine the Strat Soldier. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, Mike. How you doing? I'm glad you called me
Doing
Jermaine
great.
because I was going to tell you don't have to call me Strat Soldier the whole time.
Oh yeah. I knew your name. Don't worry. But yeah, my first time having Jermaine here on the live, so should be a good one. I know a little bit, about the Strat, and Jermaine was kind of schooling me a little bit earlier, but super excited to learn more about it. And of course, today we have Ulta reporting earnings. That's the main one. And we also got Rubrik, RBRK, and then S and DocuSign. So yeah, should be a good one. Should be a good one. How has your day been in regards to trading today, Jermaine?
Things are
Anything
good.
notable?
Things are good. We're sitting in TQQQ,
Nice.
and that's been pretty good. It's not. I like sitting in stuff like that. It's not too volatile. It lets me
Yeah.
and small account traders to trade the same price action as QQQ.
Hmm.
But a lot smaller. So been sitting in
Yeah.
that. And so far, still, so far so good. And the market's not crashing. Everybody's
Yeah.
talking about, we're at the top. It's going to crash. It's funny how I hear two sides. The people that's been around for a while that everything's going to crash, and then our 6 year strong COVID traders that are like, nah, man, it's going to keep going to 9,000. You're like, come on,
Yeah.
man, 9,000.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But yeah, what brings you into TQQQ? I don't know, I'm still just learning the strat here, but I see on the weekly you got it kind of breaking above last week's range, which is cool. Is that the reason why you got in or something else?
So, yep, you're right. So last week, I got in on the 2-2 reversal up on the week. Now I'm going to get to what the 2-2s and the numbers in just a second. But what got me into it, what let me know that it was a buy, is last week was trading higher than the week prior. Yep,
Yep.
it went green and just started a small position, nothing huge. And also, what got my attention to TQQQ is this is a triple leveraged stock, which
Yep.
means it's a lot smaller. So you can, like I said, small account traders can trade it. The only
Yeah.
problem or the only downside is this thing will reevaluate every few months, so
Right.
even weeks. So there was a significant drop in this. Like it was,
Yeah.
there was a significant drop in this. So I was like, okay, that's not right, so to speak, based on the charts. Okay, there's a dip here. This thing got reevaluated,
Yeah.
and now it's time to try to create a winning position into this. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
why. Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's the contango decay, I think it is, because since it's leveraged, they use futures and it rolls over every once in a while. So it's not really the same as just holding QQQ, right? You're gonna have that decay effect. So absolutely good point there. But it's good for shorter term trading, absolutely.
Yes.
But let's take a look at maybe Ulta, because that's probably why a lot of people are going to be joining today is for these Ulta earnings. And it looks like a lot of people are here for RBRK even as
Okay.
well. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Ulta. Yeah. How can you mess up makeup, right? It's but it had a few months. There's a monthly chart. Yeah, it had some weeks there that was just
this is
red.
monthly here.
Let's go
Yeah.
to the month. And yeah, it was coming out of a nice, like a real hard downturn, and then it came
Yep.
back up. I wouldn't necessarily call that a hammer at the bottom of that where that trend
This guy here.
started. Down here lower,
Here,
where
you
the
can you
green.
can also share your screen if you
Yeah,
want to. I know
yeah,
you probably have a lot of your stuff loaded up.
yeah. But I'll get to that in a second. But where
Yeah.
the trend started going green and started moving back,
Oh,
yeah, that right
down
there.
here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't call that
Yeah.
a hammer, but it
Yeah.
was letting us know the buyers were coming back in here, and that was the time to get back into that.
Yep.
Um, and I was looking at it last night, and I was like, okay, this is 2 up on the month, and I'm like, this is good. And then today, right before earnings, they're like, maybe they're, this kind of like it feels like they're just kind of apologizing, like, sorry, we didn't mean to make
Yeah.
money on this before the earnings. Please, hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what they want to do, but
Yeah. Yep.
definitely
Never
people
know with
buy.
earnings. That's one
But
thing that's for sure. Um,
yeah, because a
so
lot of these people, I know you know this, but a lot of these people will buy into the stock before earnings. They're trying to
yeah.
like make their money, and that is a valuable strategy. Buying into right before earnings actually hits, and then you know, I always say cut it before the earnings come out, but maybe that's what's going on here. People just because it was going up pretty
Yeah.
high.
It's a
Yeah,
valid
yeah, and
point.
then
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
No, I'd agree. Like, I think trading through earnings is pretty sketchy. I mean, definitely ways you
Yeah,
can do it, but I'm kind of the same. Like, you're either trading through up to earnings or maybe the move after earnings if it has a good move, good report. So, and you never know because we've had so many stocks recently. I mean, doing these lives all the time for earnings where they have a double beat, you know, raised guidance and they still end up tanking. So
yeah,
it's tough.
yeah.
Even if you have the inside information, you know, you never know.
Yeah, we always got to look at the price. We always got to look at what's happening in the price action because you'll have good earnings, good guidance, and then it just, like you said, it just tanks. Or
Yeah.
horrible earnings, horrible guidance, and it goes to the highs anyway. So I mean, sometimes it just does not make sense.
Yeah.
Are we looking
No,
at RB? Let's go to Rubrik. Oh yeah, it's kind of
yeah,
going
let's do
down
it.
right now. So this could be
Do
just
it.
people just taking profits before. But then what? Rubriks. It's like I never Rubrik. How do you say it? What do these
Rubrik,
guys?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about this one, but it is it's an interesting spot right now. It was
Mhm.
kind of consolidating up here and it's been slowly selling off back to this range that it was forming on the weekly. It's a pretty new stock. You know, it's only been around since 2024, as you can see
Yeah.
there, but it's clear base, breakout, base, fake kind of breakout. Now we're back in the previous base right there. But what are you seeing here when it comes to the strat? I do see, so maybe we can just like kind of break down the strat works. I'm kind of starting to get it here. I see an inside weekly candle. This candle sitting right above it. And then that would be, you know, like the target, but maybe it's like a super quick overview here of
Yes, you
what
are
we're looking
you are
for.
getting it. I should have
Yeah.
saved showing you all that stuff before the live, but you're getting it. You're getting it because
Yeah.
we did talk around lunchtime, and you're
Yeah.
already picking it up, and I love that. I love that.
Thanks.
So
Thanks.
I'll start with your chart, and then I'll go to mine. But
Sounds good.
with this here with Rubrik, if it wasn't for earnings, I would say this is a buy right now. Like just based
Yeah.
on the weekly chart, this week's trading higher than last week. Last week was a consolidation. So just based on some definitions, this week is a 2 up. It's taken out last week's range. All right. So
Yeah.
we would call this a 2-1-2
Yeah.
reversal up. And
Yeah. Because you see,
honestly,
yeah, just to simplify, the range is this candle right here.
yep.
And we are currently right above it.
Yep. So I'm gonna go to my charts here in just a minute,
Yeah.
but I just
Yeah.
because you got a really clean setup. I like the way your TrendSpider set up. Now you
Thanks.
know they're going to see mine here in a second, but I really like
Yeah.
yours. It's pretty similar to mine, but I like how you got your smart trade checklist in the middle. You
Yep.
got your you got your
Got your
watch list.
scans.
Very
These are
good. You
your
got your
scans,
scans.
actually. Yeah.
Really good. So let me
Yeah.
go
And if you guys
through.
want, real quick, I'll just let them know. Strat Soldier here has some scans on the TrendSpider store. They're in the description down below if you guys wanted to check them out. They search for setups like this, like exactly like this, where it's breaking out of yesterday's range. We'll drop the link down in the chat right now as well.
Heck yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me get to share screen.
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen. Got about 7 minutes before the market closes, and then we'll take a look at how everything's reacting in real time.
Okay.
But until then, let's take a look. Let me throw you up.
Yeah, don't let me talk too much. I don't want
No,
to
you're good.
miss.
You're good.
If there's important news, just flip it back to what you're talking
All
about.
good.
You know. So let's go with since we're already talking about Rubrik. So when I trade with all 4 time frames up, just like this. All right, and I do use TrendSpider, and it's elite. If anybody's asking, all right.
Yeah.
And so I'm always looking at the 4 major time frames in the strat. We're looking at the month, we're looking at the week, the daily, and the 60. All right. And we necessarily don't use indicators in the strat, but I started looking at the money flow index on
Interesting.
these stocks on the daily chart, just because there's so many tools in TrendSpider. I thought it was silly to ignore all of them. And then I know I'm a hardcore strat. I used to call myself the indicator hater, but I'm straight strat all the time. But I also know the people that follow me, they use indicators. So I'm like, okay, let's put something on here. How I can show the strat and then along with something else. So the money flow index, what this measures is price and volume at the same time. So we want to see, okay, prices moving up. We want to see, okay, are they really putting their money in here? That's what we're really looking at. And Rubrik, just based on this, yes. So, and that is, trending up. But to simplify all of that, all I have to do is look at the weekly chart and go, okay, this week's trading higher than last week. Yep. And now showing all 4 time frames up like this, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60, this shows me time frame continuity. Okay, that's what we call time frame continuity. It's kind of like the weather; it's always there. All right, you can have full time frame continuity to the upside where everything's green, all 4 time frames are reconfirming green, or you can have full time frame continuity to the downside where everything is red. All right, the whole thing. All right, and that's when you know the institutional buyers, buyers are really selling something, or they're, or again, they're really buying something. So we always go to the month and say, who's in control, the buyers or the sellers? And then we look at the week and see what's happening on the week. Hopefully we want to see what's reconfirming on the month. And then as the week starts, we want to see what the days are doing. And are they reconfirming what we're seeing on the week? And then as the day is going, we want our 60-minute charts to reconfirm the day, what the daily chart is doing. Right now, you're seeing a mix of things because and nothing matches right now. This is called conflict because earnings is coming out.
Yeah.
There are
I love that though. Checking all the those 4 different time frames, very useful. Able to see, whether you're swing trading or day trading or just anything, being able to see, if they match on all time frames, that's always probably a good thing, right?
Yes, that definitely lets you know the higher probability trade is when they're all, like you got something. Let's go to ACE. I don't want to, ACE. I just want to show some time frame continuity here. ACE, it's 2 up on the month, and I'll get to those numbers in a second. 2 up on the month, 2 up on the week. They're taking profits on today, but it's not really. But showing all 4 time frames up just like this, when I see this red day, I go, uh-oh, hold on. But then I go down to the 60s. Is it really dropping? Is it really dying? No. Maybe I need to reposition some things. Maybe I need to push my stops up. If I'm trading shares, I'm not worried about this. If I'm trading options, I'm like, okay, this ain't doing nothing else. I'm going to go ahead and take my profit. But trading shares, I'm like, okay, I don't really need to, this is not, now it feels just like just straight to the lows, then I know if these bars are longer, I know, okay, this selling is for real. They're really getting out of this. But this just shows profit taking. That's how I interpret this.
Yeah, and TrendSpider makes it super easy. I know you guys have the smart checklist, which is built in. By the way, the strat indicator is also built in to TrendSpider. If you guys want to check it out, it's literally just called the strat. And then we also have this full time frame continuity checklist built in. So you can just look at it right there and know automatically if all 4 of these time frames are lining up, or 2 out of 4, and like in this case. So
exactly. Yeah, I love it. TrendSpider definitely gives us professional tools just for the the average trader, and I love that. Dan really the TrendSpider, they definitely have stuck to that, and I love it. So going back to this, we believe, and slow me down if I'm talking too fast because I say this a lot. So sometimes when you get like you say things all the time, you kind of like so don't let me talk too fast.
No, you're good. I hear you. I'll stop and break it down if I need to.
So we believe that there. Let me get an arrow on here. We believe that there's only 3 ways anything could trade. Come on, give me my arrow. And I wanted to point down. All right, we can do it the other way. That's fine.
You could if you just like right click it, you can change it too.
There it goes. You can. Oh, I didn't know that. Right click
or double click it. Just
double click it.
Yeah.
Down and up. Oh, see, I'm learning on trends. Whoa, that's why I like TrendSpider. I love it. That's why I like it. That's awesome.
Real quick, we have like 1 or 2 minutes, by the way, until these numbers come out, and I'll show the 1 minute charts.
Okay. You want to flip to that now?
What was that?
So you want to flip those 1 minute charts now?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because this is probably going to take a second, and I don't want to.
Yeah. Once we see the live stuff, we'll
I could actually
back.
Okay.
But here we go. This is
Here
the
we go.
time that we have all been waiting for. If you guys are out there in the chat, let us know if you guys are in these trades, because I know a lot of people that are joining these, they're usually, you know, playing in these earnings specifically. So if you guys are out there in the chat and you guys in any of these stocks, you know, Ulta, Rubrik, DocuSign, I believe is another one reporting today. Let us know down below what you are in. I know a lot of guys trade options going into this. And if you guys are just joining in, the market just closed and we're about to get these going right now. And they're asking, someone's out there in the chat asking what your guys' position is in RBRK. Someone said they're in DocuSign. We have all 4 charts up, by the way. We got Ulta, DocuSign, and RBRK there, and then S, which is also reporting there. So we're going to see all of them drop live here in just a second. We're getting some movement here on RBRK.
Rubrik's moving.
Yep. Let's see.
Ooh, these 1 minute charts
flying off my chart.
Look at that thing. Oh my gosh.
The 1 minute chart. Let's see. That's about a 1.5% candle there in a single minute. Always fun to watch. We'll see if we get more. Let's see. Ulta, it's probably the most sought out one, but a lot of people are in DocuSign and RBRK. So I guess, yeah, you go ahead.
I was going to say, it's off to the races. This is actually pretty exciting.
It is, right? It's always fun. It is always fun. I don't, again, like, sounds like you don't play earnings. Like, I'll hold stuff through earnings. Like, I'm more of like a position swing trader, you know? So if I'm in a trade, I'll just hold it. But generally I'm not, you know, trading specifically for these earnings. Yeah. Mike loves flying charts. I sure do. It's my favorite thing when sitting here on the 1 minute chart and the candle just flies off like one of those memes, you know, like flying through my desk.
Yeah. No, I love it. That's fantastic. So I could probably do this. I could probably do the strat scenarios as we're looking at this stuff. So right here, Rubrik, you got a 2 up. All right. That very first candle is a 2. No, there's a second candle right there. Yeah. Now we got a 2-2 reversal down on Rubrik. All right. So 2 up and then 2 down. So 2 up, scenario 2 up is a candle that took out the highs of the previous range. A 2 down.
So this one.
Yep. So then a 2. Actually, you can do it on the first 2 candles or the last 2 candles, current candles that we're looking at. Yep. So you got a 2 up, and then that formed that closed as a shooter, and then became a Now you got your 2 down. Yep. So 2 down.
What is this? Explain the shooter to me. Is that a shooting star, right?
Shooting star, but we shorten it as a shooter.
Yeah.
You know, the terminology as a shooter, and that just lets us know that, hey, the price got taken up, and then they started taking profits, came down, and it closed in the last 33% of that range, and the sellers could be taking that over. Could be becoming a lot more aggressive in that in the next live candle, and that's what's happening there.
Okay. Interesting.
So 2 up, 2-2 reversal back down, and then we'll see if that goes back up. Right now, the next candle opened up as an inside bar. An inside bar does not take out either side of the previous range. We call that a scenario 1.
So do you consider an inside bar anything? So it doesn't have to be the candle right before. It can be inside bar to this candle.
We're always looking at the live bar and then the one right adjacent to it. So right to the left. Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
So anybody who doesn't know adjacent, it's the one right next to it to the left.
Yeah. One right before. Yep. And that's why you got to check the current candle box on TrendSpider when you're doing this, because you can scan for these setups on the current candle, which means you're basically scanning for it in real time. So if this, you know, were to move mid bar, like, it's especially useful on like a weekly chart. Like, this is obviously the 1 minute.
Yeah.
You probably don't really trade the strat much on the 1 minute. It's good. You can still explain it, but when it's like a weekly candle, it can change throughout the week multiple times, right? So
yeah. And then we all know that these charts with the strat, but also these charts are all fractal. So watching it on the 1 minute chart is a good exercise to get your eyes used to seeing the strat. Watching these setups, you know, set up, because in a 2-1-2 up takes 3 minutes for it to watch, you know, for that to set up and watch and actually move. And you know, if you're day trading that's 3 hours, you know. If you're, if you're trading weekly charts, that's 3 weeks. So that could take a long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But but if you're just watching 1 minute charts, it's a good idea to like I said, train your eye. Wow, what is that? Is that Ulta? Yeah. Holy
Ulta.
crap.
Yeah, Rubrik. It is 5 after, so got some results for sure. Look at Rubrik, absolutely flying off of the chart here. Got to love it. Got to love it. Always love
Wow.
to see green candles. Always love to see green candles. Let's see. That was, 4% move there on Ulta. And that was almost 10. That was 9% on RBRK. So whoever's out there, look, we got DocuSign flying up. Oh, S. Whew.
Oh, whoever's trading the S, they're getting murdered.
Oh,
whoever's trading the S is getting murdered.
So, it's a crapshoot sometimes with these earnings. Going into cannot even keep up with it. I am loving it. I'm loving it. In just a sec here, once all these numbers drop, I'll run a sidekick AI prompt to check these out. And if you guys don't know what TrendSpider is, a lot of you guys maybe don't know what TrendSpider is. You can get a trial of this platform right now for just like as low as $19, I believe. You can use the link down in the description below to check it out. And also Jermaine's scans that he has right there on our store. You can also post your own stuff on our store. If you guys have custom indicators and all that stuff, you can post them. You can even sell them. So link is down below if you guys want to check out the platform, try it out, and follow along with us, because Jermaine in just a bit here is going to teach us his strat. It's called the strategy strat. Easy to say.
Definitely the strat. I love it. Golly, look at S. Let me see.
Fatality.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Love it.
Getting
just
murdered.
One fatality. Oh, DocuSign potentially another one. But look at that. It's coming right back up.
Oh, it's coming right back up. I called it too early. Wow.
No, I need to get a soundboard. That's awesome.
now DoCU's going down. With these 1 minute charts and earnings and things like that, it's interesting. Okay, who's making money and then who's taking profits, and it's wild. Yeah. One of these days, when the because 24-hour markets are going to be a thing, and it's when regular everyday people and everything's 24 hours. These earnings reports are going to be. We're definitely going to be dealing with them a lot different.
There might be true.
There might be that hesitation to go, okay, well, I'm not gonna hold through earnings or buy into earnings. That might still be there, but if like you said, you're holding a long position and you have a stop there, that stop is that's gonna work, as opposed to what we have to deal with now, where it went to the lows, this thing's gapping down the next day, you're mad, blah blah, all that mess.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. 24-hour market, it's going to change up everything. It really is. Like all the strategies that have been back tested in the past. I mean, it's going to be a whole new market. Like we back tested stuff, all the years before, there was never 24-hour markets. And when those eventually come here, we kind of got them now. Some brokers offer, trading, but it's still like the actual market hours where most of the moves are happening. But I mean, it's going to be wild. It's going to
people are not going to sleep. That's what it is. No one's going to sleep anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's going to be great to, or even put in a stop market buy order. You put a stop market buy order in on something and go to sleep, and it had good earnings or good news in the middle of the night or whatever it is. The Asian market picked it up and then they ran with it. You're going to wake up to to some money. And with those hard stops as well, you're going to find out this thing, puked in the middle of the night, and you got stopped out with profit. Or break even because you didn't, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, maybe the benefit is that gap risk will potentially be lower because, you could hold something through overnight and it gaps down 20%, 10%. You saw with Meta, you see the earnings all the time. So it'll be interesting, but it'll also probably trigger some stops, especially during earnings. Like, I don't even know how it's going to work, but it'll be interesting for sure.
We'll have a whole new bucket of things to complain about. I got stopped out of this thing by 10 cents and now went back to the highs and I was sleeping.
We'll see. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's a net positive for traders. I think it will be. overall.
Yeah.
But
Let's see the Sidekick thing. I love
yeah,
Sidekick.
so,
We did Sidekick on the weekend shift earlier this year, and we did it we had him draw I say him, but we had it draw some levels on DDOG, and I can show you on my charts if you want to later on, but it worked out really well. I didn't trade it, but I'm telling you right now, I should have, because it worked out well.
Yeah, look at this. Got Ulta flying up. I just sent in a prompt. I'll show you guys the prompt right now. Where is it? We go back
Ulta's
here.
working. DoCU, that's that Kathy Wood DoCU stock. They ain't doing well. Ugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need a yuck button.
I think ARK is kind of making a comeback. Kind of. I haven't looked at the chart. We'll take a look at the ARK too in a second. But here's what my prompt was. I'm just saying, do a full post earnings fundamental deep dive. I'm not doing technical. We can do the technicals. That's what we're probably best at least. Yeah, I know neither of us are big on technicals other than like probably the basic stuff. But honestly, I just use Sidekick to do all my fundamental analysis now, because it's like it just does everything for you now. So it's like there's not even a reason to. But basically, it's doing a deep dive on all three, Ulta, Rubrik, and DocuSign, from their earnings reports today, 12/4. And I'm saying use quarterly data with 5-year look back. Going to have it give us charts for the revenue, EPS, margins, and free cash flow. And then just summarize the key earnings versus the estimates, their management's main commentary and tone, if they have any already, and notable forward guidance. I believe all three of these are out by now. It's 1:11 Pacific time. So we'll see. And it's taking a bit because it's fetching all of the data for all three of these names right now. So let's take a look at the charts while that works.
Yeah. Look at DoCU. Lee DoCU, see here.
Love it. Let's see. And it looks like S too.
No. Yes. Jeez. We got another one more.
There you go. Oh, I need that soundboard. I don't have to ask you about that later on. But look at this, 10% up there.
Rubrik. Look at that. I love Rubrik. Right now we would call that a hammer in force on Rubrik on the 1 minute. Benny over here said, let's see. Benny said sold both DoCU and Rubrik shares when it pumped, made some profits. Awesome, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
love to hear that.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Is this done? Here we go. Post earnings deep dive analysis.
Well, did you put it on like one of those smart aleck personalities, or is this pretty straight?
No. So yeah, there is multiple personalities, but this is neutral. The Karen one is absolutely hilarious though. Let me zoom in a little bit here for everybody. Let's see right here. So Q3, we got EPS beat and revenue beat for Ulta. Year-over-year revenue growth of 13%. This is their, what is this? This is their revenue per share trend. Interesting chart there. But basically double beat on Ulta. And you got a few more charts here. Strong recovery post-COVID, which is interesting. Gross margin stable around 39 to 40%. You got the free cash flow chart right here. Definitely seasonal. You can see right there. It looks like Q3s are generally not good. Let's see. Strong Q4 generation, which is holiday season, makes sense, but negative in Q3 due to inventory build for holidays. Very cool stuff.
Interesting idea.
Yeah. Some of the stuff, like we never thought about that, just like right away, it just shows it to you. Sidekick will do that sometimes. But let's see if they have any tone. Bull case, bear case. I want to see if they had guidance. I'm not seeing any guidance. That's probably the best thing, but I'm not seeing any actual guidance. But it will be.
Does guidance come out later on? I know some of those things kind of sound like they're kind of like conference calls. Do they come out like half an hour later, or what have you been seeing?
Yeah, they come out they usually drop in about 45 minutes. The call will start, but they do. So you can see right here on our news widget, they do actually release guidance like along with earnings sometimes, not all of them, but they'll still talk. But it looks like Rubrik raises. This is Rubrik. Rubrik raises guidance. What was I looking at? I was at Ulta first. Let's see if Ulta Yeah, looks like they raised their guidance on revenue which is good. Love to see that. And yeah,
Yeah.
double beat. Very cool. So yeah, double beat, guidance raise on Ulta, and it looks like Rubrik too. But let's see. So again, wow, EPS 10 cents versus the negative 35 cents estimate. So wow, that's incredible. Actually,
Yeah.
was that? I'll put on the fundamental stuff here. Check out EPS. Yeah, it looks like this was their first profitable quarter here on RBRK potentially. So that's pretty nice to see. Very nice to
Yeah.
see if you're in
Yeah.
RBRK.
What do these guys do? What do they do? Cybersecurity. Okay.
Yeah, cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity.
Zero
Okay.
trust data security. They provide the Rubrik Security Cloud, a SaaS platform for cybersecurity. A lot of cybersecurity stocks reporting. We just had CrowdStrike sometime this week as well. We had Okta. Mixed results there, but Rubrik is looking great.
Yeah.
Rubrik is looking great. Revenue growth, very nice. So yeah, Rubrik looks incredible. I believe, yeah, double beat, raised guidance. So very nice, very nice there. And what was
Let's get to the ugly stuff. I want to see some. No, you're getting to it. I want to see what's going on with DOCU. That thing is a turd. Let's see what. Keep going, do your thing. I just want to get to it.
Yeah, DocuSign. Yeah, as you can see, DocuSign does those two with the double beats. They're actually following what's going on in the fundamentals for once. You know, we got RBRK up 11%, 5% on Ulta. Nothing insane, but still nice. Yeah, DocuSign. They beat and slight beat in revenue. So double beat still, but not as good. EPS beat was really good. But look at this. That revenue growth looks incredible. Let's see.
My mic's way too loud, apparently.
Oh, really? Oh.
I don't know. It says guys,
me or Jermaine. I don't know.
That's probably me. I'm always too loud.
It's fine.
That's what I'm good at.
We're kind of yelling. I'm kind of yelling today anyway. It's all right. I was blowing people's speakers out.
Yeah, Rubrik call at 3 p.m. Mountain time, whatever that is. Very cool.
That's probably in about 45 minutes, I think, which sounds about right.
So what's going on? So double beat, but it's going to the lows, huh?
Yeah, double beat. But let's see. So revenue, I think it's the revenue didn't grow as much as probably people wanted. DocuSign, let's pull it up. Looks like EPS, yeah, came in okay. But revenue came in, you know, beat just barely though. So maybe they're just expecting more growth. You know, DocuSign was huge back in COVID, of course, because everyone needed it. You couldn't sign papers in person or whatever. That was really the case there. Gross margin seems stable. Let's see what else here. Free cash flow is interesting. They had a really crazy quarter there in 2024. But yeah, I mean, we can even continue on here.
So I wonder, okay, so double beats the revenue and the guidance. So I wonder if they're just taking profits right now, and then tomorrow we'll get a gap down for whatever reason, and then we'll see a reversal back up. I wonder, I mean, that could be what's going on with DOCU right now. You know? People ask me all the time, do you look at pre-market? I'm like, I do look at it to see where, you know, the gaps are going to be, but none of it's real. I mean, in my point of view, none of it's real till that bell rings. When that bell rings, you know, then you got that real price. Because sometimes you have something that gaps way down and then it works it all the way back up to where it was, you know, or vice versa. You think you're making all this money and then the bell rings and it's break even.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pre-market, post-market, pretty easily manipulatable, I guess. And then, you know, a lot of people can't trade. You know, there's a lot of brokers offering it now, but generally most people just aren't trading. Most people's strategies are during the market. So I would agree with that. And I just asked it. DOCU is down, but on good numbers. Why is this? Let's see.
Oh, good. That's cool.
It's saying it's actually up today, but it's not looking at post-market. Let's see. Yeah, but it's saying if you're seeing a trade down extended hours, here's why. Guidance disappointment. So did they have a guidance disappointment? Let's check out the news here. They raised guidance. Yeah, raised guidance, it looks like to me. So maybe
it's how the guys talk. It's how Larry on the mic is like, yeah, we made money. You know, he's just really everybody's like, no, take my money out of this thing. He's not excited at all.
Could be it. you
I don't
know,
know.
who knows, but whatever. It's even if it's double beat, sometimes it just happens. You know what I'm saying? So we've been
Yeah.
seeing it a lot. But if you look
A
at
lot of people are
DOCU,
saying,
maybe
mhm.
yeah, it's still down in the gutter. So
Yeah.
that's that. Maybe we can go take a look at them, on a bigger time frame now. But man, Rubrik, if you're on Rubrik, congratulations, you're up
Yeah.
12% after hours. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool
Guy
stuff.
says, Krill says, you saw crowd last 5 years. That's Rubrik's future. I don't know. We'll see. Rubrik's only 2 years old. It's 2 years old. Every 2-year-old thinks they know what's going on. And then, then we see the truth, So it's only 2 years old. CrowdStrike's been around. But we'll see if Rubrik's
could be.
CrowdStrike's great.
CrowdStrike here, 2019. CrowdStrike's been looking great. It really has. It's been making these higher lows. It looks like, CrowdStrike actually has a solid potential move here, a strat move, right? Trading.
Yes.
Sort of,
Well, you got
a
you got a rev strat. You got a 1-3. That's a rev strat back to the highs. And it's a weekly chart. Yeah, definitely reversing back up. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, if you want, I can throw your screen back up and maybe we can take a look at whatever you're looking at. Maybe we can look at some of these post moves here, Ulta, whatever it may be. Daily chart, you can actually see on the daily chart the after hours movement, but not with weekly. Anything above daily, you unfortunately cannot see with after hours included, but that's the Ulta daily chart for now. Wow. What else was there? Rubrik.
Yes. I think Rubrik. Okay. Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, this was beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah.
You could have, the strat probably would have taken you in the long today, right? If you were playing those earnings.
Definitely. Yes. You'd have been, and that's sometimes you're like, you break the rules and it works and you're like, but yes, if it wasn't for earnings, I'd say this is definitely something to get in. This is a buy. And then it happened to work out after hours as well with earnings. So definitely Rubrik's is awesome right now. I have to look at it for myself as well. I mean, I'm looking at it now, but I mean, I'll add that to our watch list this week. Even though we have 1 day left, we'll see if they'll keep buying. It used to be somebody. What's the top of that scenario 3 right there? What's the highest? The next one.
What is it?
No.
76 or which one? This guy
looks like $100.
Yeah, 99.74.
Nice. Yeah. That's where we want to be.
Massive weekly candle there. What's the percent move on this thing? 26% weak right there. That was the last earnings. So yeah. Crazy.
Time. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what's S doing? Let's
take a look.
I think we skipped S.
Do S.
Ooh.
This is the daily.
Jeez.
Sitting at 1579 right there. So we'll see. This one also, S had this weekly candle breakout this week sometime. So
interesting.
Good stuff there. By the way, Elijah, the earnings calls aren't even out yet, man. He's like, you guys didn't listen to the earnings. For one, we just analyzed all the numbers, but two, the earnings call should not have even started. Maybe they did start. Maybe he is right. I don't know which one he's talking about, but I'm pretty sure none of them start at least until another 40 minutes. But yeah, Jermaine, do you want to go ahead and take over?
I love it. You can't make everybody happy. It's impossible.
I know.
You can't.
I know. It's all right. It is all right. But if you guys are enjoying the show, make sure you subscribe and check out Jermaine's stuff in the description down below, because he does have some great scanners that I actually have here on the platform setting up right here. You can use Watchlist as a scanner, which is one of my favorite things about the platform. So you can import them and see all these strat setups very easily. Got on an Apple. Actually, that's pretty interesting. Just barely right above that.
Yeah.
Intel that was an interesting one. Look at that.
Yeah, we got
hit the top of the broadening.
Yeah.
Yep. Crazy stuff there. What else do we got? AIG, AMD. I remember you were mentioning earlier. Kind of came back down.
Yeah.
As the weekly gap there. Interesting enough. but
ANC was one of them. Oh, Boeing is also coming back up.
Nice. Let's take a look.
Yep.
Boeing.
BA, it's on that. Yep, right there. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Nice.
That's what we want to see. Coming back up.
This is a line that looks like we actually drew.
It looks like you got a nice little. Geez, yeah. That's the biggest wedge in the world. Geez.
I know, right? All the way from all-time high. And it looks like at one point there's a VWAP here, an anchored VWAP, and that lines up right here. Interesting.
Okay. It's working.
Interesting there. Yeah, it's sitting right at it right now. So it's a big spot for BA for sure. And you got the strat active, so that could be some extra confirmation there. That anchor VWAP,
definitely.
Average price paid. I actually did see in one of your scanners, I think you used the VWAP, right?
Yep. Let me flip over to my screen.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So I got a couple scans. I got 3 actually. And let me see. Let's go to my watch list. The 2 up on the week with the VWAP. All right. And I'll talk about, the numbers here in a second. I said that before. But what this does is look at things that are trading higher this week than last week. Let me turn this off for right now. All right. So this shows us things that are trading higher this week than last week. I want to go where the buyers actually are. I don't want to try and, get in before the buyers get in. Nope. I know for a fact when the money I'm putting in does not move this candle. I want to be, I am a participant, but it's not, you get those people that are like, every time I put my money in, it goes to the lows. No, they're not trying to get you. They're like, so I want to ride the wave anyway. First, so that's 2 up on the week plus VWAP. That's what this does. It looks at things that are 2 up on the week and to ensure that it's going to the highs on, let's go back to Bristol Myers. That was a good example. Above the VWAP on the 60-minute. Okay. So I don't have the VWAP on here, but it does look at, so that way I know, okay, there's buyers here on the week. It should be 2 up on the day, and the 60-minute charts should be going up. So that's that. Let me get to these strat. I'll talk to you about the other scanners in a second, but let me talk about these strat scenarios really quick. So these strat scenarios, go ahead.
No, I was saying, let's do it.
Yeah. The strat scenarios, let me get an arrow on the chart. We believe that there's only 3 ways anything can trade, only 3. All right. And once you put these together, once you see the strat, you'll never see these charts the same way ever again. All right. So be prepared. All right. You're never going to see this stuff the same way ever again.
I'm here learning with you guys. So everyone out there in the chat, if you guys don't know, the strat is a pretty widely known, trading strategy that has a lot of people here like Strat Soldier that actively trade it. And there's, the built-in indicator that you see here and the scans that Jermaine here has made, which makes finding these setups really easy. So we're going to go over them right now, and I'll ask questions along the way because if I have the question, probably people out there do maybe too. So
yeah, good. And the best thing about about TrendSpider is Dan Ershman, the CEO of TrendSpider, actually got with Rob Smith, the creator of the strat, and it was like, I need this in my trading software. So this is all coded by professionals. I know that we're not going to mention them, but there's some other trading platform, trading software, chart software that people have used to plug in, the strat. But this was definitely coded by professionals, and that's why I trust the scans. That's why I trust these strat labels, and we'll get to it. But the automatic broadening formations, I trust what TrendSpider's doing.
It was built by the founder of the strategy. It's not just some random indicator out there, right? So
yeah, exactly. It wasn't coded by Cody the coder. You know what I mean? It was put in there by a pro.
ChatGPT. That's how I do it.
Yeah. So the first scenario 1, you got very similar to an inside bar. We do call these inside bars, but it's scenario 1. A scenario 1 does not take out either side of the previous range, not the highs or the lows. All right. Inside bar, scenario 1. Scenario 2
inside the previous bar. Yep, got it.
Yep. And when I say previous bar, this one right here. All right. Immediate left. All right.
Yep.
So and then a 2 up takes out the highs of the previous range, the highs. If it takes out the highs, it's a 2 up. If it takes out the lows, it's a 2 down.
Right.
All right. No matter the color, if it takes out the highs, it's a 2 up. If it takes out the lows, it's a 2 down. And we'll talk about colors of the bars in just a second because it does matter. Okay. But when you're identifying the scenarios, it does not. And the most
that 2 up. It has to take out the range of the green candle or the first one, the red one.
It has to, for this to be a 2 up, it just has to take out the highs of the previous range. So this one right here.
Got it. Okay. All
yep.
Right. Perfect.
And for it to be a 2 down, it just has to take out, like this is a 2 down of this candle.
Yep. So the only significance of the red one is that the candle after it is inside of it. Okay. Makes sense.
Yep. And we do count the shadows. Some people call these wicks, but we do count the shadows, okay? Because the price did trade there. Somebody got stopped out of this trade. So we count the wicks. And the most important scenario 3, takes out both sides of the previous range, the highs and the lows. So when people are talking about, I got shook out of my trade, they're shaking people out. This is what they're talking about. They're talking about getting threed. All right. Scenario 3. They bought them up and sold it down. All right. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're good now. I'm going to buy. All right. I got calls. I got some shares. All right, cool. Next, and then the day after that, on October 9th, they bought it up and sold it down. You're like, the next day opens. You're like, it opens right here at 673 or 672.13. It goes up green just for a little bit. This is a daily chart. So I'm sure on the 60-minute charts, we can see where this went green for just a hair. And you're like, yeah, it's still trending up. It's good. And then it does this, all the way back down to the low, screaming, So you're crying. If you don't know what's going on, you're like, this is market manipulation. This is where they're trying to screw me over, the market makers and all the other things. Okay. So what we want to do is with these 3 scenarios, we want to combine them and then look for what we call strat reversals. All right. Strat reversals. So if I know there's only 3 ways anything can trade, if I see a big giant scenario 3 like this, all right, and I know it, they took it up, took the highs up, they took out the lows, it's continuing to go to the lows. The next day opens as a scenario 1, and it's completely trapped in here. This lets me know, number 1, I know a scenario 1, an inside bar is a consolidation. It's a consolidation, and it ain't, it's not going anywhere. It's stuck. So I know for a fact, if it's way inside of this, do nothing. All right. Do absolutely nothing. I'm not sitting here going, well, there's a fair value gap, and then looking at the volume capitulation and maybe the fundamental, like, nope, I don't care what it, maybe we have a reason to get into this later on, but on October 13th, not doing anything with this. This is stuck. All right. Now I'm doing this on SPY, and there's 500 stocks in S&P 500. After something like this, the entire market was just chilling on the 13th, doing nothing. Okay. Yep. So, and then you have a 313 setup here, but I don't want to confuse you. So what we want to do again is we want to combine these to look for strat reversals. For example, you can have TrendSpider look these up for you. Candle pattern. You go to candle pattern. Let's go for 212, a 2 down inside bar and a 2 up. Okay, 2 down inside bar, 2 up. All you gotta do is click that. It should highlight over here.
These are all built in the platform, by the way. So everybody on the platform has them.
It highlighted here on the 60s, but let me go back to that daily. So you got a 2 down inside bar, 2 up. Okay, they took the price down. Sellers took the price down. It consolidated on the 17th. The next day, above 650, 665.83. The buyers became a lot more aggressive. 2, 1, 2 up. All right, this is where I want to buy on this next live candle. All right, as soon as it trades above that inside bar, that's when you get in. All right, you want to punch it in the face. That's when you get in. We're not waiting for this to close. We're not looking for confirmation bars, because if you did, this trade's over. Like, this was already over. So this is
on the weekly. Is this the weekly?
This is a daily chart.
Daily, okay.
Daily.
Nice. Okay.
So let me go, because it did highlight on the 60s here, 60-minute. Here's a 2 down inside bar to up. All right. So yes, it does highlight these in TrendSpider. I don't know why I didn't highlight on the daily, but it, here's a 2-1-2 continuation, 2 down, inside bar, 2 up. Okay, right here. And
so
these are,
basically you're just looking for an inside bar and then a bar to break above or below if you're going to short, right?
yep,
For the entry.
yep,
And then that is basically the entry point. It's a breakout essentially, or strat
yep,
reversal. And you're looking
yep.
to set your stop loss at something reasonable. Maybe we can talk about that. And then also the price target would be what? The price of the next bar? Or you just usually just moving your stops up, you're trailing it, or
Yep. So what's for this reversal, if this is once it trades above this inside bar, that would be the entry. And then yes, we call it the magnitude, but the first target, to simplify it for everybody, the first target is 668.66. So the top of this red bar here.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Could've
why
been a quick trade.
Yeah, this was a quick trade. And this goes into why you need all 3 universal truths, because not every reversal is going to hit magnitude. Not every reversal is going to be the most highly probable reversal on the screen. So you have to combine actionable signals, time frame continuity, and broadening formations to determine what reversals we're actually going to get in on. And somewhat GRL Trader says, is this a strategy for swing trading? It can be used for swing trading. Yes. So again, we believe there's only 3 ways anything can trade. This is a simple 2-1-2 reversal back up. Okay. Another good reversal is a 2-2 reversal back up. Very simple. 2 down, 2 up. Now, honestly, I would want to see this as a hammer. I want this as a hammer candle formation. Let me see if I can find one right here. That's an ugly hammer, but here you go. Here's a nice little 2-2 reversal. 2 down. They took the price down. Sellers took the price down on a smaller time frame. They started coming back in, and then the next day on September 3rd, the buyers became a lot more aggressive, and it took off. All right,
and you would have bought somewhere there on that wick, right? Like right as it breaks above that candle there.
Yep. Yeah, because it actually opened up here at 642.58, and then kind of came down and went back up. But yes, you would be in here somewhere. You would be creating a winning position there, and that's what we want to do with these strat reversals. Okay, these strat scenarios. Again, we combine these into the strat reversals, and we want to create these winning positions so we can add to them, and then yes, we defend our positions with tight stops. When we get in. If we get in and for some reason this goes to the lows, I'm getting out. I'm not holding it. I'm not waiting. I'm not averaging down. Get me out of this. I want my money out of this now.
So you're either in or out. You're not averaging down. You're not taking partial profits.
Correct. As you say, partial profits, like let's just say something, it did work. It worked for, a couple hours. We'll go down to that 60-minute time frame and go, this is done. Let me go and take my profits on that. You can do that. You can do that. Let's just say something was working on the daily or the weekly, but you can see, okay, they're done with this. What's that meme from Toy Story where that kid like drops Woody? He's like, I'm done playing with this. So sometimes you do have to take that profit, especially if you trade options. For sure. That happens, but just to keep it simple for the conversation out, when I have my stop market buy order, I have my entry, that's when I want to take it. As soon as the next live bar trades above that actionable signal, we call that in force, or below if you're short and stuff. But as soon as it goes in force, that's when you want to get in. Okay. Again, not looking for confirmation bars. And if it works, awesome, I'm in. If it doesn't, cut it. Again, not averaging down, not letting this thing go all the way down to 50%, 75%, way down here, there's a lot. It's amazing. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people that say they trade this strat, and you find out their entry was 640.51, and they're putting their stop down at 634.82. That's a significant, that's a crazy loss right there. That's way too much risk. All right.
So where would you normally put it? Do you have a specific percent? Are you looking at the candles?
We're looking at candles. We're looking at candles. Let me see. Here is a 212 back up, 2 down, inside bar, 2 up. Let me get a line on the chart here. I'll give it to you. Let's see here. Simple. Now, right now, I'm just talking about the strat reversals and the actionable signals right now. And now we're not talking about, just some general guidance on entries and stop losses.
Yep.
So we're going to make this bar green as our we'll call that, that's where we bought, that's our entry. And we'll make the red's our stop loss. Okay. Just so it's visually easier to see. So it's going to be something like this. All right. Something like this. Now, if you're trading shares, a dollar stop loss, that's not a lot. You can handle that. That. Now, options can be tricky. If that's too much for you, you don't like that, you can always tighten up your stops. And so once this starts working, that 212 back up again, the target was 644.12. This trade did work. Okay, took out this one and this target here and just a little bit more. And then it kept going for a few days. This is a daily chart. All right. This is back in August. So really good. And then, yes, once the trade's working and you want a swing trade, the guy was asking, is this a swing trading strategy? Once the trade is working, you push your stops even and you can just let it ride. Okay. As long as you're not getting stopped out. Now, I know you got this little situation here. I don't know what happened between the 29th, other than it being the beginning of September, which was terrible.
Yeah.
But you would definitely, you would wait. Excuse me. You have your entry. I grabbed the wrong line. You can definitely push your stops up the daily candles. So you actually would have got stopped out here on the 29th and then avoided all of this.
So you kind of just keep trailing those daily candles there. Yeah.
Yep. You can definitely do it like that. Yeah. And a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, what we do in the strat is our first entry is a small entry. Our initial entry is small. All right. So that way, if it does trigger and then we do get stopped out, let's say it goes up for 15 minutes and it comes right back down. I know you've seen that before.
Oh yeah.
It's a small loss. All right.
Yeah.
A small number times a small number is a small number. All right. So we don't want to get in with, 500 shares right at it, and I see people, I got 20 contracts on this and blah, blah, blah. And then they're mad because they lost $500 on, the strat don't work because it triggered and went back down. How much size did you have on that? Well, I had kind of 20 contracts at, $2.50 a contract. Like, are you crazy? So anyway, I see that I see that a lot.
Yeah.
So,
and you got to keep in mind, any trading strategy, I mean, there's going to be the losses, and over time, as long as, you're following a system, that's really the thing that probably matters the most, a system that you have conviction with. I mean, there's a million different ways to trade. There's a million different strategies on the TrendSpider store that back test. And I tell you, not a single one of them just goes straight up. So if you're going to pick a strategy, you got to stick with it for a long time. And not just, you got to stick with it and improve as you go along. So everyone's going to make mistakes as well. So
yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah. And I would say, and it's okay to dabble. It's okay. I would say it's okay to learn other things and dabble in other things. But what you don't want to do is use other strategies to justify holding a losing position. You do not want to do that. All right. You don't want to go, okay, well, it's 2-2 reversal back down on the day and the strat says get out, but this fair value gap or this, I got this SMA, on the 9-day, I got this EMA, I got this dangling participle sitting here that says I should, I should buy more. Like now you're just, you're justifying holding a loser. Like if the strategy that, even if you're, I always dog on SMAs just because it's all these indicators are lagging indicators. But if your reason for getting out of the trade is when the 30 crosses the 13 or the 15 or wherever you got it set up, and it shows that the signals to get out. All right, get out. Trust your system. So same thing with the MACD. MACD is a momentum indicator. All right. If you're trading You don't want to get in before. Well, maybe if I get in before the MACD crosses, I'll get, no, you're just jumping in the trade. All right. And then the same thing when well, maybe if I get out, I know the MACD's cross it, and this shows this is I need to be cutting this trade, but like I said, you're justifying holding a loser. So that's just a dovetail on what you're saying about holding on to a strategy for a while. Give it a shot.
And then
give it a shot.
There's one more question too. Same guy, GRL Trader, is asking, will this work on any equity or like any assets, crypto? I mean, only trading stocks or?
Yeah, it works on anything that trades. You'll see these strat scenarios, and we call them universal truths for a reason. All right, actionable signals, time frame continuity, and then the broadening formation, which I'll talk about here quickly. The broadening formation. So you'll see it in crypto, you'll see it in futures, you'll see it in commodities. People trade, sugar and corn and all kind of crazy stuff with the strat. I mostly stick with the equities. And okay, so time frame continuity. Time frame continuity is like the weather. It's always there. I think I explained that already. And we want to see who's in control, the buyers or the sellers. And we go to the month to see what's going on with that. So let's go back to Ulta. All right, real quick, let's go back to what we were talking about. Ulta, I spent a little time talking about the strat scenarios and the reversals, but I don't want to get stuck. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Ulta, this was, 2 up on the month. And that's why I was talking about it last night. It was 2 up on the month. All right. It's going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot more green in the morning because we've seen that aftermarket. It's going to the highs, so that's good. So this will be back green in the morning, so it's definitely trading higher than last month, which is good. And then we can see the trend. It's trending up. All right. Whenever you have a series of scenario 2s, that's a trend. That's considered a trend. So 2, 2, inside bar, 2, 2, 2. It's like trending up. All right. You can see that. And it's coming back through all of this. Now, the broadening formation, what we want to do with the broadening formation is in technical analysis, they're going to say the broadening formation is dumb and it's not profitable at all. Why? Because in technical analysis, they want to get above this trend line. Here's your buy, but you can see where the price, as soon as it gets all the way up here, it comes all the way back down. All right. And then when it gets all the way down here, it comes all the way back up. So it expands. And that's why technical analysis does not like the broadening formation. Well, what we do in the strat is we go, okay, we know the phenomenon of the outside bar exists. We know they're going to test the highs and test the lows. And they're going to have a series of this. Test the highs, test the lows. Test the highs. How far can we get it up? All right. Sell it. How far can we take it down? All right. Test the highs, test the lows. Test the highs, test the lows. All right. And what we want to do is take these strat scenarios and then trade the reversals within this broadening formation. All right.
Makes sense.
And we know it's going to expand. Now, if we have something that's really choppy and nasty, like let's see here. I know I have my broadening formation here, but in this range here, and it is a range because it's just trading sideways. All right. Not fun. I know for a fact if I draw a broadening formation on this, it's too tight. Like, I don't want to trade this. This is a mess. All right. We're in this area here. But after that, once it starts going up, all right, now we got some good price action going on. So like I said, with the broadening formation, that's what we want to do here. We want to trade the reversals within this. And we're always asking, okay, is that the highs? Is it at the lows? Or is it stuck in the middle going sideways? If it's stuck going sideways, I don't want to touch it. Real quick example of SoFi. Nice. SoFi, let me get these things off of here. This is an example from a while back. Everybody's talking about SoFi, and I'm like, this is about 2024. And I'm like, there's no actionable signals here. There's no time frame continuity. Look at the broadening formation. There's no reason to get in this. It was just trading sideways, doing nothing. All right, doing nothing. But eventually, it started trend. Now it starts moving. All right, now we have a reason to get into this. All right. And now SoFi is doing amazing. It actually, I need to redraw this broadening formation here. But right here at $14.66, that was the time to really just ride this thing all the way back up. But like I said, showing something that the broadening formation definitely shows something that's just trading sideways, doing nothing. All right. It makes it really evident. And
So you're
apparent.
looking more to trade it when it's at the bottom or the top of these formations, basically, right?
Yes. Yes. I want to trade these reversals, and I want to trade stuff that's trending. All right. If you are a person that shorts stuff, let's go to what's DOCU doing. DOCU. DOCU. All right. You want to short some stuff? Let's look at this thing. Come on now. All right. Look at this. Look at this weekly chart. I don't even have a broadening formation on this right now, but I mean, look at this weekly chart. All right. To the lows. All right. Look right here. September 22nd, weekly chart. Bam. Like getting destroyed.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Getting destroyed. That's a 2-1-2 down on the week. And so what we're doing, and this is DOCU. So what we're doing is we're taking the broadening formation, time frame continuity, and then we're looking for actionable signals to take advantage of potential reversals within this range. Right now, DOCU not doing the best. All right, not really. All right, and then we can see that in earnings. You can definitely flip back to that if you want anytime. But DOCU not doing great. Not doing great.
Yeah.
This is just people buying into the earnings here.
Yeah, yeah. I will probably, I think we got an earnings call coming up in about 15 minutes. So once that comes up, I'll probably just, we'll probably just hop off the stage, call it there, and just let the earnings call go. I know a lot of people probably here wanting to see the earnings, so we'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
until then, yeah, we can take a look at, let me see. Let me put up mine real quick.
Yeah.
Some earnings here. Let me see. Throw me back up here. Perfect. So let's take a look. Back at the 1 minute charts. Let's see what is going on with these stocks real quick. So, wow, RBRK continuing to move up. If you guys are out there still curious if you guys want to listen to the earnings call or not, if you guys do, I'll definitely play it. At least for one of these. I can't play all of them for you guys. You know, we got RBRK, Ulta, and DocuSign. I think a lot of people are in RBRK, so maybe I would do that one. But let's take a look again and see how they're looking on the daily chart here. Mostly RBRK, because this one is great. Like, honestly, like tomorrow, this is including after hours data, but if we take that off, it closed at 70 and 43 cents. And then it's currently at 80. So we're going to go from, we're going to make a gap here. We're going to make a gap from down here all the way up here. So you're going to have a massive gap right here tomorrow, which will be very interesting. If we look at the weekly, you can see it was clearly trading at, sort of the lower end of the range, previous range here, just a basic horizontal line, had a couple of reactions around this level. So yeah, if you did go ahead and buy the dip, I guess you'd say on Rubrik, looking great for tomorrow. Someone is saying they're in Rubrik, cybersecurity trying to come back along with software. Absolutely. I don't know if you follow Ulta at all, but look at this. This is actually, I'm starting to see all these strat patterns every time I look at a chart now. You see it right here, right? So you could have gotten an
start popping out.
Yeah. What is this at? Like 81.72. Let's see the daily chart here without that. 81.72 is interesting because that is about right around here. So kind of like yesterday's high. You probably would have gotten, I don't know, depending. It's interesting to kind of check them out in hindsight on the weekly because it's hard to see which day it broke above that 81.72. But if we just draw a line, you can take a look here. Just curious. Somewhere around there. Maybe would have got in there or probably after this earnings candle around here. And then, yeah, you probably would have set a stop, somewhere under 81, something like that, right? Yeah. So would have been a solid move. I'm in some Ulta as well. Do you guys normally advertise earnings that you're going to cover? We actually are covering the earnings. The earnings calls are not actually happening at the moment. But I will play the earnings call. This guy, I don't know what you want me to do. The earnings call is not playing.
He'll get it. He'll get it. He'll get it. He'll get his call. Yeah. He'll get his call and he'll be like, man, I want to go back talk to those guys. This is kind of boring.
But
yeah. Someone says, thank you for the intro to the strat and you're welcome. You guys can, I'm here on TrendSpider. You can find me at Cyberdog2. I know I have a branding issue here, but it's Cyberdog2. And I'm always posting Strat stuff. And you can find me on YouTube. Just search Strat Soldier. I do a free show every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We used to wake up early to watch cartoons, and now we're getting up early to look at candles. So we went from cartoons to candles.
Love it. Yep, I feel that. It's all I do every day. Man,
yeah, it's fun. I'm telling you, it's like it's almost like the drama of the price action. Because like DOCU, just trading sideways, doing nothing. Now, see what I was talking about, the broadening formation. Now you don't even really need to you don't even have to draw it if you don't need to. You can clearly see DOCU trading sideways, S trading sideways. And, it's really easy to help. The broadening formation helps us definitely see what's going on with the trend.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
But yeah,
and once the earnings go live, we'll switch over.
Yeah. On my chart on DOCU, I have the 21-week EMA. That's one of my favorite EMAs. I know you're not a big fan, but it's just I use it as a normal kind of trend indicator. It is trading a little bit below that. Let me check out another chart here.
No, that's
DOCU.
That's a valid way to use those trend the EMAs. Is just the easiest way to just determine the trend. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it just flat line? Like what's it really doing? So yeah, I respect that you do it that way, Mike. Very cool.
Yeah. No, I use it. It's not like a make or break for whatever it's going on, but I actually do mostly like trade kind of similar, like kind of these pivot breakouts as well. But I only trade if they're above specific EMAs, just to confirm that the trend, is basically on my side, stuff like that. So
that's fantastic.
See a lot of similarities here. See a lot of people, like I have a lot of trend followers come on, like Tushar Shande. He created the stochastic RSI. Every new trend starts a breakout. Some people hate on breakouts too, saying you're buying after everyone is already seeing the same thing. But like when you're trend following, sometimes you're going to catch a nice big trend, and sometimes you're going to be wrong, and that's just it.
Yeah, and then
has a different
Exactly. If like I said earlier, I know the amount of money I'm putting in here is not going to move the candle. I need to ride the wave, just like surfing. I need to ride that wave everybody else is riding. Like, some people are like, well, maybe I'll get in really crazy early. Am I an investor? So you have to ask yourself, am I an investor or am I a trader? If you're a trader, I feel like you need to be doing some kind of trend, trend analysis, trend trading. That's what I do. You know what I mean? So of course, that's what I'm looking for. Some people are scalpers. Some people don't want to be in very long. They don't care what the trend is doing. As long as it's up right now, I know I'm making money and I'm going to take my profit. That's fine. I used to, it's funny, Mike, you got to go. I'll send you the link, but there's an old interview, me 2022. All right. Making fun of Dan Ershman, the CEO of TrendSpider. I don't know. I had what do you call it? Testicular fortitude. Like I was just ballsy for no reason, but anyway, you making fun of the CEO of TrendSpider for buying Palant. We used to call it Palantir back in the day.
I remember those days.
Yeah, and it just did because it was doing nothing. But Dan is an investor, and during that interview, he's like, "Dude, I'm an investor. I like this company. It's going to be great." And what was it last year? I think maybe this year, definitely last year. It just took off, and so shout out to Dan on that one. And that's just a good example. Are you a trader or are you an investor? That's a good example of being an investor.
Yeah. 3 different ways to look at the markets. You got investors, swing traders, and your day traders. Definitely have to know which one you are. You can be all three. But you got to keep them separate. Got to keep them separate. Absolutely. But yeah, it is 1:59. So we'll probably call it there. And before this guy, whoever this is, starts yelling at us more, get this earnings call going. So yeah, thank you so much, Jermaine, for coming on. We'll definitely probably have you on again in the future. We're going to be always doing lives. If you guys are still around, make sure to check out Jermaine using the links in the description below. Subscribe to the TrendSpider channel so you can see future lives, except for you, Elijah. I don't really want you back here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The haters are welcome too. The haters are welcome too. But yeah, this call is starting, so I'm going to push it live. So
thank you for having me. In the last question in the chat, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Cool. Are the candles with the numbers above them showing the strat? Yes, that is the strat indicator built into the platform. So if you're on TrendSpider, you can just type in the strat to the custom indicator, or it's a built-in indicator. So yeah, just add it to your chart, and that is it. Perfect. Cool. All right.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. We'll see you next time, Jermaine. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. You can, by the way, click the leave studio button there at the bottom.
Okay. All right.
I'm keeping this up. I'm keeping this up.
All right.
There you go. All right. And I am going to play the earnings call. I don't know why I can't hear it. Maybe it hasn't started yet, but I do have it up. For some reason, though, I am not hearing the call yet. It just hit 2 now, so maybe it is still yet to start. But I did register for you guys so we can listen to the call, or you guys can listen to the call. I'll probably be in the background listening when I can. But yeah, it should start any second here. Let me go ahead and reshare my screen with audio so you guys can actually hear it. And once it starts playing, you guys will be able to hear it. But yeah, who out there is in Rubrik? Because I know a lot of people wanting to see or hear this earnings call, I should say. And if you missed it, well, quickly cover again while we wait for this call to start. All of the earnings that came out, mostly Rubrik probably, because that's what most people here are interested in. Let me actually reprompt this because there might have been some more news events that came out. And this is TrendSpider Sidekick AI. I use it to analyze earnings. So I'll just send that in. And while we wait, let's see what Sidekick can tell us. And I'll show you guys this. This is the earnings call that is yet to start yet, apparently.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
And welcome to the Rubrik third quarter fiscal year 2026 results conference call.
Just started. You guys should be able to hear it.
All lines are in listen-only mode.
You guys can hear it.
Following the presentation, we will conduct a question and answer session. If at any time during this call you require immediate assistance, please press *0 for the operator. This call is being recorded on Thursday, December 4th of 2025. I would now like to turn the conference over to Melissa Franke, VP, Head of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rubrik's third quarter fiscal year 2026 financial results conference call. On the call with me today are Bipul Sinha, CEO, Chairman, and Co-founder of Rubrik, and Kiran Choudhary, Chief Financial Officer. Our earnings press release was issued today after the market closed and may be downloaded from the investor relations page at www.ir.rubrik.com. Also on this page, you'll be able to find a slide deck with financial highlights that, along with our earnings release, includes a reconciliation of GAAP to non-GAAP financial results. These measures should not be considered in isolation from or as a substitute for financial information prepared in accordance with GAAP. During this call, we will make forward-looking statements, including statements regarding our financial outlook for the fourth quarter and full fiscal year 2026, our expectations regarding market trends, our market position, opportunities, including with respect to generative AI, growth strategies, product initiatives, and expectations regarding those initiatives, and our go-to-market motions. These statements are only predictions that are based on what we believe today and actual results may differ materially. These forward-looking statements are subject to risks and other factors that could affect our performance and financial results, which we discuss in detail in our filings with the SEC. Rubrik assumes no obligation to update any forward-looking statements we may make on today's call. With that, I'll hand the call over to Bipul.
Thank you, Melissa, and thank you all for joining us today. Let me start by saying our third quarter results were exceptional. Every quarter for the past several quarters, we have successfully delivered, in many cases, record numbers. In fact, this quarter has been our best ever. We have not only added record net new subscription ARR, but also generated tremendous free cash flow. And I'm happy to report we once again exceeded all guided metrics across top line and profitability. Here are 5 key numbers. First, subscription ARR reached $1.35 billion, growing 34% year over year. Net new subscription ARR reached a record $94 million. Second, our subscription revenue was $336 million, growing 52% year over year. Third, our subscription NRR remained strong, once again above 120%. Fourth, customers with 100K or more in subscription ARR reached 2,638, growing 27% year over year. And finally, on profitability, we once again made material improvement in subscription ARR contribution margin, up about 1,400 basis points year over year. We generated a record $77 million in free cash flow this quarter. This combination of top-line growth and cash flow margin at our scale is best in class. We remain confident about the opportunity ahead, and thus we are again raising our outlook for the year. But let me begin by providing some additional context on our market opportunity as well as our areas of focus. Our mission is to lead Rubrik into our next era as the, let me repeat, the security and AI operations company. My discussions with IT and security leaders consistently reveal an assume breach mentality, which means being prepared for the inevitable reality that every enterprise will face a successful cyber breach. This preparation includes 2 things. First, understanding the risk of a cyber breach in terms of both data content and identities. And second, the ability to remediate and recover from the breach to ensure business continuity. But the landscape in which these threats occur has dramatically evolved. Organizations are now facing a new cyber landscape, with AI potentially enabling threat actors to inflict 10x more damage in 1/10 of the time. Alongside these challenges, enterprises are also focused on modernizing their infrastructure in anticipation of the impending enterprise AI transformation. While AI presents 100 times more risk, the AI transformation promises 100 times more opportunities, much like every big generational shift in enterprise technology. When cloud redefined IT, Rubrik ensured simple and reliable recovery. When cyber threats surged, we extended our Rubrik Security Cloud product suite across data and identity to deliver true cyber resilience. Now, with the rise of AI agents, a new transformation is underway. AI transformation presents unique challenges. An agent operates within an organization's environment, runs business processes, assumes identity, touches critical data, and impacts mission-critical applications at unprecedented speed and scale. These agents are effectively superhuman, but organizations don't yet have the guardrails to monitor and contain what they do. We need to think about AI agents very differently. Through this AI transformation, Rubrik's mission and strategy remains the same: to accelerate our customers' journey to AI enterprise. I will delve deeper into our AI agent innovations later in my remarks. As companies shift deeper into cloud and AI, customers continue to turn to Rubrik for complete cyber resilience, which includes two key set of capabilities. First, consistent data and identity security policy controls. And second, rapid and accurate recovery from cyber attacks. While we believe we have a tremendous opportunity in enterprise AI acceleration, we continue to focus on and win the vast cyber resilience market, which includes our core data protection solutions and identity resilience. Let me provide some more details across our three businesses: data protection, identity resilience, and AI operations. Our cyber resilient data protection journey remains in its early stages, particularly as data availability and security become the most crucial element for AI. We continue to add new solutions across data center, cloud, and SaaS workloads, leveraging the same underlying preemptive recovery engine to deliver complete risk and remediation capabilities. Our unique architecture consistently enables us to outperform both legacy and new-gen backup vendors. In fact, in the third quarter, bookings from legacy replacements accelerated year on year, surpassing the growth rate seen in the first half of the year. Let me provide two specific examples of legacy replacements in very large enterprises. First, one of the largest banks in Asia and worldwide selected Rubrik as their strategic cyber resilience partner, replacing a long-standing legacy vendor. We outcompeted several new-gen backup vendors for this opportunity. Rubrik's platform now provides data protection across its data center and cloud workloads for mission-critical applications. The customer also chose the Rubrik Identity Recovery solution for over 250,000 users. And the second, a Fortune 250 professional services firm selected Rubrik to displace its 15-year legacy backup vendor. Rubrik again outcompeted several new-gen competitors for this opportunity. Rubrik will provide a unified cyber resilience platform across the customer's rapidly evolving hybrid and multi-cloud environments. Let me now talk about the momentum we are seeing in cloud protection. When a sophisticated cyber attack inevitably occurs, organizations need to recover quickly and seamlessly, which is difficult across multiple workloads, tools, and interfaces. Rubrik Security Cloud delivers complete cloud and SaaS protection from a single platform that understands the relationship among data, applications, and identities, regardless of where they live. We continue to build upon our code-to-cloud cyber resilience offerings, which delivers protection from the first line of code to full-stack application in production across the major hyperscalers. For example, we recently announced Rubrik DevOps protection for Azure DevOps and GitHub. This new solution is designed to ensure our customers' most valuable intellectual property and development pipeline are protected and preserved. Now, let me illustrate our momentum in cloud protection with two specific customer wins. A health and wellness technology company chose Rubrik Cloud Protection to protect a multi-petabyte mission-critical workload containing user data. Rubrik offered not only cyber resilience, but also a significant cost reduction compared to cloud-native backup solutions due to our unique platform. With Rubrik, this customer can confidently meet their minimal viable business plans with our immutable and secure data protection solution. And second, a Fortune 150 biopharmaceuticals company strengthened their partnership with Rubrik this quarter by adding cloud protection for its multi-petabyte public cloud data estate. We not only replaced native backup solutions, but also outcompeted new-gen vendors. Rubrik was selected due to the strength of our cyber resilience capabilities, as well as lower TCO with an estimated 30% annual cost savings. Next, let's talk about our identity business. As we have discussed, our comprehensive identity resilience platform uniquely combines identity posture and recovery with the data security posture management, or DSPM, to deliver complete identity risk and remediation solutions. Our identity line of business has been highly successful in garnering budget from CISOs, extending Rubrik beyond our traditional CIO and CTO buying personas. This business has achieved significant momentum in just over 3 quarters of the first general availability, reaching about 20 million in subscription ARR. In Q3 alone, we more than doubled the total number of identity customers. In fact, 40% of those identity customers added in the third quarter were net new to Rubrik. As you might recall, we started our identity journey with the release of Identity Recovery, which provides the rapid recovery of identity services following cyber attacks or operational failures to minimize business disruption. This quarter, we announced support for Okta Identity, making Rubrik the only identity recovery solution to support Okta, Active Directory, and Entra ID recovery. We also announced a new identity integration with CrowdStrike this quarter. With this integration, our customers can not only detect identity threats in real time with Falcon next-gen identity security, but also surgically roll back malicious changes and restore their identity system to a safe operational state with Rubrik Security Cloud. CISOs are increasingly turning to Rubrik for a more comprehensive identity strategy. This quarter, we launched Rubrik Identity Resilience, a higher tier edition above Identity Recovery. This solution monitors and protects both human and non-human identities, tracks misconfigurations, and high-risk or malicious changes within Active Directory and Entra ID. It also enhances risk posture and accelerates cyber recovery by linking identity-based information such as privileged access with Rubrik's DSPM's sensitive data context and activity. In just 1 quarter of selling, we closed 65 deals for identity resilience. This early momentum makes us very excited about what's ahead for identity resilience. Let me share 2 illustrative customer wins. A UK government agency added identity resilience for its large user base alongside cloud data protection for Azure and AWS, as they sought to bolster resilience for critical national infrastructure amid rising cyber attacks in the UK. This agency also consolidated several disparate tools with the Rubrik platform and replaced native cloud backup solution, which proved unscalable for the customer's massive and complex data estate. And second, a US state agency turned to Rubrik this quarter after the rise of cyber attacks on governments nationwide, and in particular, after a recent incident that impacted a critical state agency. Seeking to bolster its cyber strategy and reduce recovery times, the agency chose Rubrik Identity Resilience and M365 protection for 100,000 users, replacing their native cloud protection and traditional data center identity backup. With Rubrik, cyber recovery times will move to mere hours compared to months with the incumbent solution. Lastly, I will talk about our innovations in the AI space. As I mentioned earlier, agentic AI can unlock significant new efficiencies for every organization, but it also introduces considerable risks, including threats by bad actors and the issue of hallucinations. To help accelerate AI transformation, we recently launched Rubrik Agent Cloud, or RAC, a new product suite that enables enterprises to deploy AI agents safely and confidently at scale. With the release of Rubrik Agent Cloud, Rubrik now operates two complementary product suites built on the same Rubrik platform, which combines application, data, and identity contexts across all enterprise workloads. First, Rubrik Security Cloud for cyber resilience and accelerated cloud adoption. And second, Rubrik Agent Cloud for AI resilience and accelerated AI agent adoption. Our competitive advantage is Rubrik's core platform that sits in the center of data, application, and identity. Following the acquisition of Predibase last quarter, we now have agent context in the mix as well. Together, this forms Rubrik Agent Cloud, the first integrated enterprise control layer for managing the AI agent lifecycle. RAC answers the three most critical questions currently facing every CIO and CISO. Number one, what agents do I have and what are their capabilities and activities? Number two, what data are these agents allowed to access and are they operating within the enterprise guardrails? And number three, if something goes wrong, can I undo it? RAC provides organization with the ability to answer these questions through its core capabilities, namely agent monitoring, agent governance, and full agent remediation. This includes Rubrik Agent Rewind, which we announced last quarter. Agent Rewind helps customers undo the mistakes of AI agents, which is crucial for scalable and secure AI adoption. We also recently announced that Rubrik Agent Cloud will integrate with Microsoft Copilot Studio and AWS Bedrock. As we have said previously, we are still in the initial phase of a multi-year effort to scale Rubrik's AI solutions. Rubrik Agent Cloud is currently in beta, but we are very excited about the early customer enthusiasm. Looking ahead, we plan to expand our capabilities and investments to enable confident enterprise AI transformation and agentic work adoption. In closing, I would like to share my gratitude to my fellow Rubrikans. Rubrik continues to win the cyber resilience market, and at the same time, we are defining the AI enterprise future. Rubrikans' collective focus and disciplined execution always inspire me. Also, I extend my sincere gratitude to our customers and partners. Your confidence in us motivates our continuous effort to lead and shape the future of cybersecurity and enterprise AI. And lastly, of course, thank you to you, our shareholders, for your continued support and trust. A number of you have mentioned to me the consistency with which we have been delivering the beat and raise cadence since our IPO. This is true. We have done so quarter after quarter. We are confident in closing out this year strong and continuing our great momentum into the next year and beyond. With that, I'm pleased to pass it over to our Chief Financial Officer, Kiran Chaudhary.
Thank you, Bipul. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We had a very strong Q3, marked by record net new subscription ARR and continued improvement in profitability metrics. These results reinforce our leading position in the large and expanding cyber resilience market. We are raising our Q4 outlook as we look forward to a strong close to the fiscal year. Let me start by briefly recapping our third quarter fiscal 2026 financial results and key operating metrics, and then I'll provide guidance for the fourth quarter and full year fiscal 2026. All comparisons, unless otherwise noted, are on a year-over-year basis. We are very pleased to have ended Q3 with subscription ARR of $1.35 billion, growing 34%. We added $94 million in net new subscription ARR, a record amount for Rubrik. We continue to drive adoption of our Rubrik Security Cloud, which resulted in $1.17 billion of cloud ARR, up 53%. Our differentiated land and expand model benefits from multiple avenues to gain new customers and grow our footprint after the initial contract. Expansion occurs through data growth in existing applications, securing more applications or identities, or adding more security products. As a result, we continue to see a strong subscription net retention rate, which remained over 120% in the third quarter. We are very proud of the high customer retention and expansion dynamics of our business. All vectors of expansion are healthy contributors to our NRR, highlighting the meaningful runway we have to more deeply penetrate our customer base. Adoption of additional security products contributed over 40% of our subscription net retention rate in the quarter, up from 32% in the year-ago period. In the third quarter, we saw significant growth in our largest accounts, with the number of customers contributing $100,000 or more in subscription ARR rising 27% to 2,638. These large customers now represent 86% of our subscription ARR, an increase from 83% a year ago. Furthermore, we added a record 23 new customers with subscription ARR of $1 million or more, driving over 50% growth in our $1 million subscription base. For our third quarter, subscription revenue was $336 million, up 52%. Total revenue was $350 million, up 48%. Revenue in Q3 primarily benefited from our strong ARR growth. However, we again had tailwinds from our cloud transformation, resulting in higher non-recurring revenue, which is accounted for as material rights. Material rights contributed approximately $25 million to revenue this quarter, modestly ahead of our expectation. Revenue growth normalized for material rights was approximately 36% in the quarter. Turning to the geographic mix of revenue, revenue from the Americas grew 51% to $256 million. Revenue from outside the Americas grew 41% to $94 million. Before turning to gross margins, expenses, and profitability, I would like to note that I'll be discussing results in a non-GAAP basis going forward. Our non-GAAP gross margin was 83% in the third quarter compared to 79% in the year-ago period. Our gross margin benefited from the revenue outperformance, including higher non-recurring revenue and the improved efficiency of our customer support organization. As a reminder, we look at subscription ARR contribution margin as a key measure of operating leverage. We believe the improvement in our subscription ARR contribution margin demonstrates our ability to drive operating leverage and profitability at scale. Subscription ARR contribution margin was positive 10% in the last 12 months ended October 31st, compared to negative 3% in the year-ago period, an improvement of approximately 1,400 basis points. When normalizing for the $23 million in employee payroll taxes associated with the IPO in the prior period, the improvement was approximately 1,200 basis points. The improvement in subscription ARR contribution margin was driven by higher sales, the benefits of scale, and improving efficiencies and management of costs across the business. Free cash flow was $77 million compared to $16 million in the third quarter of fiscal 2025. This increase was driven by higher sales, improving operating leverage, and optimizing our capital structure. Turning to our balance sheet, we ended the third quarter in a strong cash position with $1.6 billion in cash, cash equivalents, restricted cash, and marketable securities, and $1.1 billion in convertible debt. Let me now provide some context on our guidance. We are confident in our outlook, driven by the robust cyber resilience market and strong demand for our unique offerings. We expect these factors, combined with our consistent and effective execution, to deliver strong subscription ARR growth ahead. We plan to continue making operational investments across two key areas. First, we'll continue to invest in R&D to accelerate innovation in the large but developing markets of data, security, and AI. Second, we will invest in our go-to-market, specifically targeting regions and verticals that offer the most attractive ROI. These go-to-market investments will also focus on achieving product-market fit and scaling our newer innovations, such as Identity Resilience Platform and Rubrik Agent Cloud. Now turning to guidance for the fourth quarter and full year fiscal 2026. In Q4, we expect revenue of $341 million to $343 million, up 33% or approximately 30% when normalized for material rights. We expect non-GAAP EPS of -$0.12 to -$0.10 based on approximately 201 million weighted average shares outstanding. For the full year fiscal 2026, we now expect subscription ARR in the range of $1,439 million to $1,443 million, reflecting a year-over-year growth rate of approximately 32%. We expect total revenue for the full year fiscal 2026 in the range of $1,280 million to $1,282 million, up approximately 44% or 35% when normalized for material rights. We expect material rights related to our cloud transformation to contribute approximately $68 million to revenue in fiscal year 2026. We expect non-GAAP subscription ARR contribution margins of approximately 9%. We expect non-GAAP EPS of -$0.20 to -$0.16 based on approximately 197 million weighted average shares outstanding for the full year. We expect free cash flow of $194 million to $202 million. As we progress through the final stages of our successful cloud journey, our reported revenue growth has seen significant tailwinds from our cloud transformation, including material rights, in fiscal 2026. In fiscal 2027, dynamics related to our successful cloud transformation and a substantial reduction in material rights revenue will represent a headwind to our reported revenue growth. As a result, we anticipate that revenue growth on a reported basis will lag subscription ARR growth by a few percentage points in fiscal 2027. However, normalized revenue growth will be ahead of subscription ARR growth. As we have always communicated, subscription ARR is the primary top-line metric to evaluate our business performance, as it is not impacted by the aforementioned accounting dynamics related to our cloud transformation. In terms of profitability, we will continue to stay focused on taking advantage of the market opportunity in cybersecurity and AI while balancing growth with improved efficiency. Based on our current investment plans, we expect to deliver modest improvement in our subscription ARR contribution margin and modestly higher free cash flow for the fiscal year 2027. In addition, we included some additional modeling notes in our investor presentation. In closing, we are pleased with our strong performance in the third quarter. We look forward to finishing the year strong, given our leadership, innovation, and ability to execute on a large and growing market opportunity. With that, we'd like to open up the call for any questions.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Should you have a question, please press star one on your touchtone phone. You will hear a prompt that your hand has been raised. Should you wish to decline from the polling process, please press star two. If you're using a speakerphone, please lift the handset before pressing any keys. In the interest of time, please limit yourself to one question. One moment, please. Your first question comes from Saket Kalia of Barclays. Your line is already open.
Okay, great. Hey guys, thanks for taking my question and nice quarter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bipul, absolutely. Bipul, maybe for you, it's very clear that you're taking share in kind of the core cyber resilience, right? That first of three pillars. But you're also growing other businesses like identity. And so I'm curious, how additive can identity be to an average data protection deal? And maybe relatedly, is identity replacing any established tools, or is that creating new budget as you sell increasingly to CISOs? Thanks.
Identity is a completely additive to the deal. So it is a net new buyer for Rubrik. We are selling identity to the CISO organization, to IAM persona. And in some cases, we are replacing legacy or new gen vendor, a new gen identity recovery vendor. In other cases, it's a white space. But nevertheless, it's a net new buyer for Rubrik, which is a CISO organization, and a new solution that we have created completely from scratch. In fact, this product went into GA, first GA in December last year. And we are seeing 40% of new customer last quarter is net new to Rubrik. So this is very exciting.
Hi, Saket, this is Kiran. I also wanted to add that in my prepared remarks, I'd mentioned that our NRR was again 120% plus for the quarter. And while all the drivers were good contributors, the security component crossed 40%. And identity is one of the key components of that, or drivers for that.
That's super helpful. I would love to squeeze in just one housekeeping question, Kiran, maybe if I can for you. You know, the SaaS ARR line really speaks for itself, but I was wondering if you could just comment on the non-SaaS ARR line, right? There's an element of there that's conversion. There's also some natural churn. Can you, since we're all together here on the call, can you just talk about how we should think about modeling that going into Q4 and maybe into next year? Thanks.
Sure, Saket. I'll add my thoughts to that. So as you know, we are predominantly a cloud SaaS business now. We are very pleased with how the cloud transformation has progressed in the last few years. This quarter, we were around 87% cloud ARR as a percent of subscription, and we grew 53%. When you look at the non-cloud line, that is one of the lines which is also contributing to the cloud ARR growth, one of the smaller components, but is contributing. So as a result, that declines, and that's declined now for a few quarters, and will continue a bit more because we believe there is more room to run in our cloud ARR, the cloud business as a percentage of subscription ARR.
Very helpful. Thanks.
Thank you, Saket.
Your next question comes from Matt Martino of Goldman Sachs. Your line is already open.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks for taking the question, guys. Bipul, your comment that bookings from legacy replacement accelerated year over year stood out to me. I guess from your perspective, what's driving the acceleration there? Is it the modernization ahead of AI that you flagged in the prepared remarks, or maybe a growing recognition from CIOs that they simply can't wait to modernize due to the growing threat vectors out there? Thanks.
Thanks. It's both. It's definitely preparing for AI and modernizing the infrastructure. That's a big driver. And the other driver is cyber attacks are inevitable. And Rubrik has a unique platform that delivers cyber recovery, leveraging our preemptive recovery engine that is unique in the marketplace. And our speed of recovery is the key factor in making this decision. So CIOs and CISOs are looking at their legacy landscape, including new gen vendors, and saying that I'm at risk, cyber attacks is going to come to me. And if I can't keep my business up and running, it threatens the very existence of the business. And that's what is also driving legacy replacement.
Thanks for the thoughts, Bipul.
Thanks, Matt.
Your next question comes from Fatima Boolani of Citi. Your line is already open.
Oh, good afternoon. Thank you for taking my questions. Bipul, this one I want to direct to you. Since your IPO, there has been an absolute avalanche of new product introductions and new capabilities, and you are showing and putting points on the board with respect to install base and new customer uptake and adoption. What I wanted to ask you was just with respect to the platform having expanded so dramatically in the span of the last 18 months, I'm curious how that's influencing your overall sales strategy. And really the spirit of the question here is what's become very en vogue in certainly the companies we cover and the broader enterprise software is this notion of providing flex or consumption-oriented type vehicles to enable customers to have a more fulsome and frictionless access to the full portfolio. So a long-winded way to ask you, is that something that you would potentially consider just given how quickly and how robustly the platform's expanded, and how would you ideate around that? Thank you.
Thanks, Fatima. So if you look at Rubrik, from day one, our strategy has been a true platform company. And you might ask, what is a platform company? Our definition of a platform company is a product a platform when the customer adopts more than one product, their value from the platform goes up. I'll give you an example. When our customers buy Rubrik Security Cloud for both data center as well as AWS or Azure Cloud, if there is a threat actor in the cloud and same threat actor is in the data center, we can auto-correlate threat and give you the full cyber resilience, intelligence, and recovery on that threat actor. You don't have to pull the logs into a Splunk and then try to analyze and figure out what's going on. Rubrik automatically does that for you. Now the same platform is expanded into identity. So now you can actually see what's happening to your identity vis-a-vis data when the privilege gets escalated. Now the same platform, we have launched a new product suite in Rubrik Agent Cloud. So now we have two distinct product suite, Rubrik Security Cloud for cyber resilience, Rubrik Agent Cloud for enterprise AI acceleration. So our strategy has always been give customer a comprehensive platform and be the strategic IT vendor for that customer for years and years to come. Obviously, we want to make it easier for our customers to consume Rubrik product, try new Rubrik product. And we don't easily lose customers because we provide a mission-critical solution, and customer retention has been one of the hallmarks of Rubrik. So we are looking at all avenues going forward to make it easier for our customers to adopt Rubrik, consume Rubrik, because selling is only 5% of my job. 95% of my job is to ensure customer delight. The first use experience, repeated use experience, expansion experience, and providing end-to-end cyber resilience.
Okay, thank you, Fatima. Next question.
Your next question comes from John DiFucci of Guggenheim. Your line is already open.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a impressive quarter, and just like to congratulate the extended Rubrik team beyond even those on this call. Bipul, I want to sort of go high level with you on something because you hit something that everybody's hitting now, and we are just trying to figure out. It seems really early when it comes to securing AI agents, but things can move really fast. It seems that everybody in security is saying they're best positioned to serve this role, which looks like it can be huge, right? But can you explain why Rubrik is well positioned to capture this opportunity, or maybe even just part of the opportunity? And if that's the case, what else will they need to have beyond Rubrik to solve this problem?
Thanks, John. That's a really good question. If you take a step back, Rubrik is all about data, identity, and business applications. And these are the three main things even to deliver AI. AI is not a purely security question. Neither it is purely operations question. AI sits at the intersection of security, which is risk management and governance, plus the operations, which is how do you deliver the accurate AI, how do you fine tune the model? How do you create real-time operational guardrails and observability and undo action if they misbehave because of a cyber compromise or hallucination? And Rubrik is squarely at the intersection of operations and security. So this is a natural place for us to deliver a complete agentic operations platform, agentic management platform. If I can be so bold to call it agentic ERP. And what does agentic ERP needs to deliver? 3 things. How many agents do I have, including the ones that is sanctioned as well as the ones that are non-sanctioned? What the hell they are doing? What do I want them to do in terms of my operational guardrail? Are they hallucinating? Can I make them more accurate so that humans can be confident of the results of the AI agents? And if they misbehave, can I press the rewind button and take away the effect of them, of misbehaving agent? So this requires an end-to-end complete platform across monitor, govern, and remediate. So this is a very natural extension to Rubrik's core strategy. And you know what? On top of it, Rubrik is also a secure data lake. So we have additional opportunity to bring Rubrik data to do fine-tuning of the model, to deliver more accuracy with predibase acquisition. We have the ability to virtualize GPU, to reduce the cost, or to multiplex different training model to be able to deliver perfect guardrail for our customers to have confidence in their agentic actions. So we believe that we are strongly positioned to deliver this new infrastructure product suite, Rubrik Agent Cloud. And then we are integrating this across the ecosystem. You saw our announcement with Copilot Studio, with AWS Bedrock. We are extending and expanding this platform across all the tools that users can use to build agents. And this is, again, a Switzerland opportunity, just like cyber resilience across all business applications. Rubrik Agent Cloud is a product suite across all agent tool builders, whether it's AWS, Azure, GCP, M365, Salesforce, Agentforce, no matter whether it is infrastructure as a service agent or platform as a service agent, Rubrik Agent Cloud is giving our customers the confidence to do the AI transformation, deploy agents at a scale, and truly take advantage of this AI opportunity.
Thank you, Bipul. That is the first time I've heard anything about this described in a way that I can understand. So thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Next question.
Your next question comes from Brad Zelnick of Deutsche Bank. Your line is already open.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking the question. And I echo my congrats as well. What a great quarter. And my question actually follows on what John just asked about Rubrik Agent Cloud, across monitor, govern, and remediate. And I reflect on the announcement this week, adding Amazon Bedrock along with Copilot Studio support. Bipul, how are these partnerships structured with the AI platforms? Is there co-innovation investment, in go-to-market and co-innovation on product? And what are the ways you'll monetize Rubrik Agent Cloud along with the platforms? Thank you.
Thanks, Brad. We have been working with hyperscalers for a number of years. And our big partnership started with cyber resilience, and we have found tremendous success. We have hundreds, if not thousands of customers with them, and joint customers where we are helping hyperscalers deliver a complete business transformation, cloud transformation with confidence of cyber resilience. And now we are expanding on that partnership to bring Rubrik Agent Cloud. And so the idea is, if you develop your agents on AWS Bedrock or on Copilot Studio, you can manage that on Rubrik Agent Cloud. And so we have pre-built go-to-market partnership with hyperscalers, and we expect to leverage those existing infrastructure with the new teams that are involved on the AI side to expand the go-to-market.
And from a monetization standpoint, Bipul, these are dedicated SKUs that are incremental. The strategy isn't necessarily to migrate customers up different tiers of the core product. Is there anything we should know about the way that you'll monetize?
So Rubrik Agent Cloud is a completely separate product suite. It is early, where the product is in beta, but we are getting very strong customer feedback on these products. I'll give you a couple of examples. A very large healthcare organization said that they are slow to adopt agents because they have yet to find a platform that they can confidently operationalize agents, which means that monitor and have visibility into agents. There was another pharma company where the exec said that, well, why are we not having a product like Rubrik Agent Cloud already? And they said that they see our vision as really enabling them to an agentic future, and this is the right idea. Obviously, all of this is very early, but we are very encouraged by the reaction, and obviously we'll update you as we make progress, but I anticipate this to be a separate product suite that we'll sell.
Very exciting stuff. And again, congrats to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Next question.
Your next question comes from Eric Heath of KeyBank. Your line is already open.
All right, great. Thank you. Bipul, Kiran, I wanted to follow up on your comments about the strong beat and raise cadence that you've acknowledged and the outlook for Q4. When I look at the guide, it's shown a seasonally stronger growth rate than 3Q, which hasn't historically been the case. So can you just talk about the dynamics there? Is that purely a function of the sales comp change this year? Or is it more so a reflection of the strong pipeline you see, or anything else to call out? Thanks.
Thanks, Eric. This is Kiran. I'll take that one. So we're very pleased with the Q3 results we delivered in terms of scale and growth. And that gave us the confidence to raise Q4 as well. It's about a 3% raise on the net new ARR, 3% plus, based on the implied Q4 guide from the last quarter's call. But as you know, we run the business on an annual basis on net new ARR. We have spoken about that in the past as well. So we look at the total net new ARR for the year. Really, that's what we plan for and look to deliver. So, the annual comp plan changes have progressed really nicely, but we have to finish the year as well. And we can give you an update on that after Q4.
Thanks, Kiran.
Thanks, Eric. Next question.
Your next question comes from Greg Moskowitz of Mizuho. Your line is already open.
Great, thank you. And I'll add my congratulations on the strong execution. I'd like to go back to identity, because identity recovery is off to a really strong start. And by the way, the feedback was also positive at AWS reInvent this week. Bipul, when you look ahead, so Rubrik has many thousands of customers that you can potentially cross-sell into. And as you've noted, you're already landing with identity as well. So when you look at identity recovery and now identity resilience in addition, how are you thinking about penetration rates for this part of the platform going forward?
We believe that identity recovery is a widely applicable horizontal platform in terms of the identity security strategy that we have. And going from identity recovery to identity resilience, we are really adding before and during pieces to ensure that if there is a privilege escalation, what kind of sensitive data gets exposed to. And that's where we are bringing the DSPM capabilities with identity capabilities to expose the full risk. Because if you take a step back, cyber resilience assumes that the attacks will happen to you. So if you know that attacks will happen to you, you have to understand the risk of the attack and be able to remediate. And the risk of the attack, you need to understand data risk and you need to understand the identity risk. Because you can't understand the full risk without understanding data and identity both. And then in terms of remediation, you have to remediate both. You have to do a cyber recovery on all the data to ensure that your applications are up and running. Plus, you have to also recover identity system partially or fully. So we believe that for full cyber resilience, both identity and data is applicable everywhere. Obviously, these are early days. We are just over 3 quarters into it. We are just about 20 million in subscription ARR. We doubled our number of customers in Q3. The customer excitement is very, very high. I'll give you an example. A European consumer technology company, they were really worried about scattered spider because one of their suppliers got hit. And as you know, a scattered spider is detrimental to identity systems as well as virtual machines because they are bypassing the traditional EDR. So there is increased awareness of importance of identity systems, both full availability of the identity system plus the escalations which are illegal and how data gets impacted. So we have a full vision to really create full cyber resilience solution. And as we said, we are also partnering with CrowdStrike ITDR solution to provide end-to-end confidence for our customers, saying that Falcon will detect and will help roll back bad changes.
Super helpful. Thank you, Bipul.
Thank you, Greg. Next question.
Your next question comes from Todd Coupland of CIBC. Your line is already open.
Oh, great. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to ask about net new. That's been a little bit lumpy the last few quarters. And I'm just wondering if the acceleration that you experienced this quarter and going into Q4, is that the new normal, or should this still be considered an area of volatility as we think about 27? Thanks a lot.
I thought this is Kiran. I'll take that one. So very pleased with the Q3. Net new ARR was a record for the company, 94 million. But the way to look at net new ARR really in our business is on an annual basis. And that's the number we plan for when we start a year. And there's obviously shifts between quarter to quarter because of deals, pipeline, etc. So I would focus on the annual number, including the guide, and then there's going to be some quarterly movements because of compares to previous years and timing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Next question.
Your next question comes from Junaid Siddiqui of Truist. Your line is already open.
Great. Thank you for taking my question. Before with cyber insurance requirements tightening and ransomware costs increasing, are you seeing Rubrik's platform play a role in lowering those insurance premiums for customers? And do you see this convergence of identity and data security becoming a differentiator for cyber insurance and compliance frameworks?
Thanks, Junaid. Absolutely. You need to have both identity resilience and cyber recovery to be able to drive complete cyber resilience. And for insurance company to underwrite, there is asymmetry of information. And for them to have confidence that the customers have the right technology, it is definitely attractive for them to actually recommend Rubrik. In fact, one of the insurance companies, which is our customer, actually became our reseller to their customer base based on that same thesis. We believe that we are still in the early innings of cyber resilience as the very large segment, and I would argue that the most important segment of cybersecurity. And we believe that as this market continues to expand and as we continue to lead this market into the future around full cyber resilience across data and identity, we believe that there are lots of opportunities, including around insurance for us.
Your next question comes from Keith Bachman of BMO. Your line is already open.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. I wanted to go back to the agent market. The identity market seems like a tremendous opportunity and a natural adjacency. I still struggle a little bit with the opportunities associated with the agent market, and so I wanted to just ask it in maybe some different threads. Is the go-to-market going to be different for the identity? That is to say, do you anticipate it being a different buyer in the agent market? It would seem to me that it's a different buyer, but I just wanted to get your perspective. And B, how do you think the competitive landscape is going to shape up? It's super early, and there's probably going to be more than one winner. And then finally, is there any thoughts about when you might emerge from beta to actually have production environments or GA into the market? Thanks very much.
So if you look at agents, they assume identity, they work on data, and they operate on many applications at a scale. And as I said before, the Rubrik platform is a combination of data, identity, and applications. So we are naturally positioned to take advantage of this agentic opportunity. We are not building a platform for people to build agents. There are many platforms for them to build agents. We are helping our customers operationalize agents and have confidence and governance controls to be able to deliver the agentic outcome, because that's the biggest inhibitor in terms of AI going into production. And that's what we are focused on. In terms of the market, obviously we are early. As I said, we are still in beta. We expect to go GA in not too far in future. We'll continue to learn from this market, continue to enable our customers on this journey. So far, it feels like operations team, which is CTO, CIO organization, would be responsible for agentic work transformation across line of businesses. So there is a convergence in the buying persona. But again, it's very early. We'll learn in the market, but we believe that we have a very strong vision for this market. And again, as this market evolves, we want to really take our customers on this agentic journey.
Many thanks, Bipul.
Thank you, Keith. Next question.
Your next question comes from Shrenik Kothari from Baird. Your line is already open.
Yeah, thanks for taking my question, and many congrats on the great execution. Bipul, of course, you mentioned about launching the identity resilience this quarter and already noted pretty strong early adoption. Can you speak to the uplift versus identity recovery? And just on that note, Kiran highlighted that security represents over 40% now and was a major contributor to sustaining NRR about 120%. Just with these modules that you're adding, resilience and agent cloud adding more breadth, like just how should we think about the durability of that NRR? Thanks.
Kiran, do you want to take the question?
Yeah, so Shrenik, this is Kiran. I'll just give you some thoughts on how to think about the NRR. So obviously we have had and continue to have strong NRR, 120% plus, which we see as best in class. And our business lends itself to strong NRR. We have a very strong gross retention, and this has been the case historically. And on top of that, we have multiple expansion vectors through different products. And that helps drive the strong NRR. But at the same time, we are scaling as a business with the strong growth rates and 1.35 billion in subscription NRR this quarter. So naturally, NRR tends to moderate over time at scale, but it'll be a strong NRR just given the drivers of the business. And then on the question you have on identity resilience, I would say it's early. We have just launched it. Obviously, that has got more features packed into it, so there will be a price uplift, but I think we need more data points to give you a sense for the amount of uplift.
Great, very helpful. Thanks a lot. Congrats again.
Thank you.
So there are no further questions at this time. I would hand over the call to Bipul Sinha for closing remarks. Please go ahead.
In closing, I would say thank you, everyone, for continuing to be on Rubrik journey. As I have mentioned before, our ambition is to build the next 100-year plus company. And that 100-year plus company will be built based on all participants in the ecosystem, to our customers, to our partners, to all the Rubricans, and our ability to continue to lead the market, imagine new product, validate that vision, and produce the product. I'm very excited that Rubrik is able to organically create products such as identity resilience and identity recovery, and create an independent product line and business. We want to continue to be on this journey with you. Thank you so much for your support. It's still early days for Rubrik. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes